Hey everybody, clearing. Oh, it just blew some cards across the world right now. We got this working card, one sec, another one, going over here. Okay, literally just heard working on blockages. So I'm about to do an intimacy reading here and look at what's changing. So emperors are having major internal revelations right now about the connections because they've been doing the inner work, and these blockages are going to be cleared towards intimacy. So the reason I used the great big huge gigantic quartz was because I was told while I was preparing for this that we've cleared a major cycle of intimacy where it hasn't been balanced, where there hasn't been reciprocity. One of the themes that I'm hearing is because the divine feminines have been refining to become the one for someone and really embody that sacred energy, the masculines have been feeling like they haven't had the same equal energy to give. That's changing. We just saw that the masculines are having this intensified inner restructuring, and because they've been doing the work, it's reaching this equality on an intimate level. So I'm going to start with the Erotic Tarot and see where the connections are at. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for the twin collective that joins me here. What can we see for the intimacy in these connections? How is that happening? Feminines on the left, connection space in the middle, masculines on the right, and what's coming up for these connections? Ooh, the guides told me to put it out there again. I've got crystal digs happening in Washington coming up July and August. There are 3 dates, 1 date in July, 2 in early August. They're all Saturdays, so message for my email if you'd like to be part of it. It's not cheap, but if you're in the crystal industry or rock shop business or metaphysical healing, all of that stuff, this is an unparalleled opportunity. This is not something that normally gets offered to the public, so if you want in on that, please do connect. There are accommodations provided at the site and meals. It's a beautiful opportunity. We're in rock climbing gear. It's a bit of a hike. It is bucket list worthy, and yeah, so I would love to do that with you. Let me know if you're interested to get more information. Okay, so for these connections, intimacy on the left, connection space, masculines or feminines intimacy on the left, masculines on the right, and what's coming up in the future. So 10 of Roses, this is the full meal deal. This is everything. This is, you know, heaven on earth. This is embodiment. This is getting into that legacy kind of energy. So for the feminines, we've got Knight of Shells. That's the Knight of Cups in the reverse here. What can we see for the feminines? Okay. This knight may be artful at courtship, but can suddenly backtrack at the last minute as though consummation of desire would spoil their idealized image of the beloved or themselves. This is saying there's a little bit of a fear of commitment, feminines, that you're maybe hesitating going all in because you don't want to spoil the idealized image. So you've got to ground it, feminines. You've got to see the practical steps forward that would feel good to you. You've got to up-level your vision. Sometimes we get used to complacent in the energetic connection here, and we forget that it requires that we show up to it. If we hold up in that status quo for too long, that's all the universe mirrors back to us. It doesn't move forward. But if we take the initiative to move it forward because we're ready to experience more, it's relevant to us to experience deepening intimacy. And I know that most of us say we want that. And I know a lot of us are feeling pulled to that in this energy right now. We have to do what's required to move ourselves out of that status quo, that comfort zone. So yeah, like give yourself that permission, feminines. What would your next step be to access growth regarding relationship? What are you ready for? What is it that you can pinpoint that you'd like to experience next? That will produce results in your reality if you can pinpoint that and set that intention out there, or at least acknowledge it to yourself. That's the same as, I want to tell you, the definition of prayer. Prayer is a heart wish. So if you can get into alignment, into touch, in tune with what your heart is wishing for to experience next in these connections legitimately, you will receive that. Or if it doesn't come through this connection, you will receive it in another way. So take that accountability. You've done a really good job so far, Divine Feminine, but growth requires continued growth. And so it will stagnate as long as you want to keep it there. And, you know, being cautious about what to do next, that's a sign that you need to get your wits about you and decide, what is it that I am desiring to experience next in this connection, or in my love life, in my experience of reality. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. What else can we see for the feminines here? Yeah, what would loving yourself be? How can you invest in your experience of this life by giving yourself an intention for what would fill up your cup next? What would it be that you want to experience? Own that. Find that. Put it out there. Be so audacious as to possibly let your masculine know what that might be. I've never met a divine masculine that, when they know what it is that a feminine wants, doesn't give it their all to try and provide that experience, or, you know, to work towards that. If they love you, they will do that. And so it's not about controlling them or calling the shots or carrying their karma. It's about loving yourself enough to say, this is what would really delight me to experience next. And then, you know, tipping your masculine off to that, or celebrating that fact, or going out and doing more of that yourself. That's self-love. So invest in yourself. Don't worry so much about what your masculine wants. What do you want, Divine Feminines? Deepen. Give your masculine the opportunity to express love to you in the way that you would love to have that happen. Where are the masculines at? Three of Shells. So that's the Three of Pentacles. This is seeing the reality in a deeper... Oh no, I think that's the Three of Cups. Same suit as we just had. Yeah. So don't take too much care. These are temporary games. No one will notice if you drop out from exhaustion. So your masculine is like having a hard time figuring out what you want. Quite seriously, like the games, this convoluted, ambiguous energy where your masculine is like, I am exhausted trying to be a mind reader. I don't know what this feminine wants. This feminine is trying to be aloof, or isn't telling me what they want, isn't showing me things, seems to be hot and cold, seems to be into me, but not giving me any kind of heads up on what they like, or who they are, or what they want to tell me. So I'm just gonna take a time out. That's the feeling I'm getting here. So that seems to confirm. So masculines watching, your feminine does love you, but maybe hasn't figured out what they want next or are ready for. So let's see, let's get some clarifiers on what we can for the masculines here. Yeah, they're just freaking curious as to what you would want, Divine Feminine. So figure that out. Let it slip, I just heard. In the connection space, we have Strength and the Sun. I just heard your masculine is at your mercy, Divine Feminines. And if you're enlightened to what you want, you don't have to bind your masculine. You know, self-love, if you don't feel worthy, you'll be like, oh my God, I have to tie them down, pin them down in order to get what I might want here. They seem such an unruly beast. have to be in dominance here. That's not it. You know, we can ground this by having full ownership and enlightenment as to what would work for us, and then put it out there. This really does the work for us if we do express what our truth is and what we want, and someone says, that's not my idea of fun, then we know that we're not compatible. But if that's always ambiguous and nobody quite knows, and people are making assumptions about what it might be, or hoping it's what they want, pay attention to that, because it can be in a little bit of a tense, prolonged dynamic if people don't know each other well enough, or are being secretive or withholding what their true intentions, true wishes, true sentiments are from the other out of fear or fear of rejection. It is better to know these things about each other and let that fall away for a time or for good. Information is important, and so be fearless and bold. That doesn't mean assertive and domineering and pressuring. That just means honest, integral, authentic. Let the chips fall, you know? It's like express, and then if it doesn't align, at least you know what your truth is, and you can say, oh wow, that person actually really doesn't resonate with what I hold near and dear and true. And if that is the case, isn't it better to know and to find somebody that does? So I'm guaranteeing though that in this energy, what I'm feeling for those who are on this journey and knowing that what you want wants you, you are safe to express this stuff and be pleasantly surprised with how eager your counterpart is to try those things out now. Because there has been trust building in these connections. There's confidence in success, I just heard. So when you tell your counterpart where you're at, how they make you feel, and what you want next in the relationship, what you want to experience next, then I'm hearing most will rise to that challenge and delight you. And this is a magic ingredient, you know, when we're not putting it on the other person, but we're speaking clearly about our intentions and ideas. It really hits this so simple, so lovely, so easy that way. So let's get one more clarification for each counterpart. For the masculines, what's coming to light right now about the sun and strength, humility, dynamics, connection? 2 major arcana in the passion growing. So they are poised and ready. They're on the horse, ready to ride, I just heard. So I'm seeing the feminines setting up like a horse jumping course for the masculines, and the masculines getting to see how they perform in that light. What can we see for the feminines here? So this is the sweet spot, feminines, where you get to ask for what would delight you, but without being in your masculine energy to demand it or to say it's not there, like, and criticize in a karmic way or chide. So yeah, this is the appropriate interaction. What can we see for the feminines that's coming to light, and this invitation to humility? Yes, strength in the reverse. Exactly. Be humble. Just ask for what you want. Put it out there. Know yourself well enough to know what you're ready for next. Boy, am I ever feeling schooled right now by this reading personally. Like, this is my permission. I'm going to be in meditation today. Hopefully I'll remember and I'll keep thinking about this. So, okay. Let's get into a Spine of Fire alignment reading. I'm going to do the chakras for the counterparts and see what we get for the divine feminines and the divine masculines at this time. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see on all the chakra levels of alignment? Where are each at? Okay. Divine feminines. We got the connection space, and what are the feminines experiencing on these chakra levels? I gotta shuffle 5 decks. 1 minute, please. And clarifiers for the feminine. What about the masculines? What can we see for clarifiers for the masculines? I just heard pause it, get a drink, get a snack, resume when I'm done shuffling. Okay, here we go. So, crown chakra. Communication. Yes, so this is divinely guided communication. This is aligned communication. This is like really high frequency communication coming in between counterparts. So communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So bring it back to you, divine feminines. It's never been more relevant to really know your experience of reality and what you want to see. It's not about deferring to the masculine anymore. It's about your autonomous experience in this life and communicating that. Masculines, you are also going to be able to be safe to communicate yours when your divine feminine shows you that they prioritize the individual experience of life in this relationship by taking accountability. You do the same. You are completely free to just be yourself somehow, you know, and just unfold into your best life this way. So what are the feminines experiencing here? Prince of Wands and open to infinite possibilities. So the passion is rising. If you're safe to ask for anything that would set your soul on fire in your life, feminines, regarding love, regarding romantic relationship, regarding your experience of life at large, open to that. Follow your bliss. Live that way. That's where you find the deepest fulfillment, not through your counterpart doing it for you. You've got to identify that and really go for gold. What are the masculines experiencing here? Moon, Queen, and Justice. They want to give you what you want, divine feminines, and they just want to hear you communicate that from this level. So, you know, it's all in the delivery. It's all in getting to this place of safety where we can truly 100% be ourselves and express that. But the Moon Queen here is a divine feminine energy, and this balance that can be had when the masculines darn well know what you want. The message has been like a broken record lately in a best possible way, that the masculines want to understand what it is that you need and want, so they can understand if they can give that to you, divine feminines. We are getting down to it being that basic right now. What can we see for the third eye chakra? Earth. Here's that Gaia frequency again. Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. So we are grounding. Earth is the most grounded, 3D, practical, embodied energy we can get. So we're bringing this into the earth plane based on intuition, the third eye. Each of us is discerning what these ethereal, energetic truths are for us that would really be included in our dream experience of reality in physical form. We saw that 10 of Pentacles, and it just blew off the deck into my hand as I said that. And I had put it back. It just went into my hand. So this is the long-term legacy. That was absolutely beautiful, everybody. I just want to say, sometimes it's just magical. And the elementals, the wind, just provided that. You know, when we're in touch with this magical experience of reality, it shows up out of thin air. And so yes, we are allowed to go for gold, go for that complete experience of reality this way, and ground it magically into our daily living the lucid dream. I just heard again. How are the feminines experiencing this third eye chakra? Claim your independence by understanding what makes you happy. Stop deferring to the masculine to make you happy because of how they feel or not. Remember what makes you feel good or not. And then actively allow that experience of reality to come in. You have to discern that. You have to intuit that. And this is when we have mastery of our third eye. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for the blame, projections, victim stories. we're not using that internal searchlight to find those wounds and hurts. We've cleared those. We've done that. Now we're coming into the bliss, the next level stuff. Masculines, yeah, doing the work to be union ready. Here's the Four of Wands, 1111, and all this interconnectedness. So the masculines are using their third eye. Oh, there's a plane. I just heard trips. That idea of getting away for a weekend or on a trip together is like the plane. Honeymoon, I just heard, wanting to experience this, not wanting to get ahead of themselves, but doing the work required so that they can have a honeymoon phase with you to really dive deep. We got that message yesterday where the masculines want to be all in and they want to just devote some focused time. They've never been able to fully show up and give you what you want and need. And they are really here for it, I'm hearing. They really want to do the work to bring that to the forefront. And so they are using their intuition to really honor the simple things, the aesthetics, the nuances, the things that really matter. They don't want to be half-assed. They don't want to get 80% connected to you. They want to know you 100%. They want to know themselves through the experience of you as a conscious lover, them as a conscious lover. They want to actually get it right. They want it to be perfect between the two of you, long-standing. They want it to be the real deal, I just heard. And so they want to take it slow and get to know who you really are and what you really want here is what I'm hearing. Okay, throat chakra, passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies a hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Okay, so this is where the lust tempers. This is also where that anxiety and angst in the connections smooths out, and where masculines aren't feeling like it's too much to handle, where the slow burn is coming to the forefront, where this can be this sort of galactic backbone in the connection that stands the test of time now coming together more and more as these unions come in. How are the feminines expressing? Take a leap of faith and freeing themselves from their mind, our minds. So yeah, this is a deep internal leap of faith to not hold back on your side of the energy anymore. If you're, not experiencing a deepening, but you're feeling like, oh, it's time to start getting to know each other more, this means that you've got to practice what you preach. You've got to be in alignment with what you're asking for. So are there opportunities for you to actually put it out there where you're at, or with more ownership of what you actually feel in these connections? Can you just put it straightforward out there for the record in ways that don't try to hook or insinuate that there is some fault or some mark not being reached? Can you just take the leap of faith to believe that what you want is wanting you to, divine feminines? And for the masculines, this passion. So follow your passion, feminines. Nine of Cups, yeah. Masculines are also going through this up-leveling of what they're wishing for and seeing that it actually could be possible in this connection. And I'm hearing, because you're going to be volunteering your inner truth about what makes you happy, what makes you sing, this is the masculine's heart wish. To be shown that, to be told that, to be offered that opportunity to make you happy. That doesn't mean that they are responsible to. Here's the magic thing. They don't want to have to figure out what makes you happy for you. They want you to know what that is so they can delight you. Thank you, masculines. That is absolutely exquisite. And likewise, we want to know what makes you happy. That is the most attractive thing that you can do, is tell us what works for you. What an honor to be told what works for you. If we're the one that you're telling those secrets of life to, we are so honored in exchange. So this is an exchange. This is true passion coming to light, and it is on the communication spot, the throat chakra. So we are getting into these communications of what really does it for each counterpart and how we can actually be involved in that for each other. Wow, I really like that message. I'm gonna actually write that timestamp down so I can go back and put that on my Instagram story as a clip. Okay, so heart chakra, remembrance. We're remembering the love on our heart. So remembrance supports our memory of everything that we've gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. So on our hearts, a heart wide open is like a child. Children, they just in the moment tell it like it is, out of the mouth of babes, right? They don't have inhibitions. They are full on. And so we are remembering how to be full on with what our heart is telling us in any given moment. You know, blurting out those things that we feel, loving unapologetically, being real, being truthful, being authentic, being transparent, being ourselves, not second guessing, just being unafraid, safe. So what can we see for the feminines? The lovers and let spirit be your guide. So trust the process, feminines. Trust those inner guidings, the Holy Spirit, the heart, that small whisper within that shows you the way, that keeps pointing you in the direction that your heart is going. Remember that you have every right to this beautiful experience of your reality. You are worthy of it. Masculines, 10 of Swords and 4 of Cups. So the masculines are purging out missed opportunities, unrequited love, abandonment wounds. As you show up for yourself, divine feminines, your masculines are given that invitation to do so as well, and to stop the blame game and victim stories and projections on you, on anyone, and just, man up, get up, and rise to the challenge of just being fully present too. There's a remembrance on the heart space that we are meant to flow gracefully with and in this life. And all of those experiences have just been so we can love more, is what I'm hearing. What can we see on the solar plexus chakra? Alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance, there's that heart energy coming in, of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. When we each bring our truth, empowered truth, honest truth, humble truth to the table, then we really have the opportunity to see how magnificent those grand ideas can be. Because we have done the work to come into purity, our heart's wishes that we're expressing confidently like this to each other allow for a new heaven on earth. It really does bring in the permission as adults to be like children, in that we see a better way and we're not afraid to go for it. We know what would make us happy and we're not afraid to ask for it. We are in awareness of what really living feels like, and we're expressing that here in a beautiful, intimate way with each other, an empowered way. It's not so much about if and when and why and how the other one would want something. We are just saying, this is my idea of fun, and like allowing the other person to say what their idea of fun is, and then having these miracles of transmutation, transmuting the fear, transmuting the blocks, transmuting anything that would come against what the two want to do as far as experience in life. So beautiful. What can we see for the feminines? The Empress. Spirit has a plan. So you've been following the divine plan all along. You're sitting pretty, divine feminines. You've come into this Empress permission to be fully unapologetically you. What can we see for the masculines? The Emperor and the Two of Cups. So I'm getting with the Emperor in the reverse, it's like a yin-yang, this eternal tumbling act of balance where each is equal. And there is this perpetual motion machine when the Emperor and Empress come into alignment here. And in the name of this love, this alchemy, whoa, those cards just showed me a thing about that alchemical generation of energy that can come in. Instead of draining energy, it's a generation of energy here. That's extraordinary. And that's the empowerment where two are equal, equally matched, perfectly polarized, perfectly invested from the right alignment. The love can come to the forefront. Teamwork, true teamwork, I'm hearing. Okay, sacral chakra, belief. 11, the frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. So in our sexual, sacral, pleasure center, our bliss center, this is us each knowing our worth, knowing our gifts and talents, understanding what we bring to service, the change that we are in the world, the embodiment of this tenacious, resilient life force that's coming through us out into the world. Our strong permission through our connection to source to take it higher, to bring in the wisdom, to excel, to explore, to go into this reality boldly and lusciously. How are the feminines dealing with that? Truth transcends illusion and the Fool. So there is this leap of faith, this belief that's growing. Your gifts and talents are about to take you into uncharted territory, and you're not foolish. I'm hearing you're not foolish for feeling like you are about to start fully living, feminines. Truth transcends illusion. The truth of who you are and what you came here to do is emerging, and it is transcending the illusion that you don't matter, that you're not potent, that you won't have love in your life. It's all changing. It's a belief, and this is following your bliss. This is you connecting with what makes you feel alive, and that is shattering the gates of illusion. Masculine, 6 of Swords and 7 of Cups. These are both clearing through mental, emotional chatter and fog. So 6 of Swords is a card of progress, deep internal mindset, paradigm shift about the love being here, because the 7 of Cups is talking about seeing through the options, the confusion, and staying the course with love as the goal, unconditional love. And so yeah, your belief in this is, you know, I'm also getting that the sensual connection, the chemistry that you have has been clearing this clutter. Nothing else is more indicative of the connection, the strength of compatibility, and the perfect match with your counterpart than the way that it has helped you refine your thought processes, your truth, and the way that it keeps showing up in unconditional love over and over, that this sensual connection has never wavered and has done this work in you. Masculines, believe in it. See that kind of effect this has had on you, and be so grateful, because this is a very primal indication of chemistry and compatibility. That intense sexual pull, pleasure pull to your feminine has changed your mindset, has shown you love. So honor that, believe in it, revel in it, affirm it, live it, masculines. What can we see for the root chakra? Divine feminine. Frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. So this receptivity to how good these connections are for us is what I'm hearing. On the root chakra, that is our survival chakra, it's our generational chakra, it's our basic needs, it's our well-being, it's our finances, it's our food, it's everything we do in physical form that is either good and sustaining or death aligned. It's either life or death energies. And so this is receptivity to ultimate life, ultimate aliveness, ultimate nurture, allowing it, receiving it, believing it, not resisting it anymore. How are the feminines dealing with that? 10 of Pentacles showing up again, make your dreams real. So this is really design your legacy energy, design your best life, design your 100% checklist. This is time you know yourself well enough to know what truly is life affirming and makes you come alive in your existence. It is another nudge, you know, with this deep, deep inner nurture. What is it for you? What is your idea of love? Believe that you are in the vicinity of that. Whatever you are asking for, that is also wanting to come to you. Ask and it is given. When you can discern the question, you are in the vicinity of the answer. What can we see for the masculines? Yeah, they're looking at these changes where they're investing their energies. They're no longer giving in to things that are not long-term, eternally aligned, unconditional love. They are now capturing their free will to invest in the direction. Oh, there's a tightrope in here. I got that in the reading, in a personal reading lately, that, you know, all eyes are usually on the tightrope walker, but what about the tightrope? That thing is amazing. Like, let's give some shouts to the tightropes. And in many ways, the counterparts have been the tightrope, the unsung hero for the other. They are overlooked in just how much tightrope contribution they have. You can't walk a tightrope without a tightrope, and the masculines are seeing how you've been their tightrope, how they have been your tightrope. It's so beautiful. Free will is seeing this in a whole different way, and they are giving you credit where credit is due for the love that you've embodied and shone the light of this love that you've shone in their direction. Okay, everybody, many blessings, and bye for now. Go out and get what you want. What are you ready to experience? You lovers, you beautiful divine lovers across the planet, bring in the love, channel the love, design the love, dream the love into being. Dream that lucid love dream into being, everybody. Bye for now.